Every year, a remarkable event unfolds in India that has a ripple effect on global gold markets. As millions of families prepare to celebrate a centuries-old tradition, a surge begins, not just in homes and streets adorned with lights, but in the demand for one of the world's most coveted metals. It's a time when wealth and prosperity take center stage, and gold isn't just bought, it's revered. But what is it about this festival that sends gold spot prices climbing year after year? Stay tuned as we dive into the cultural and religious heartbeat of India that lights up the global gold trade every fall. Before we begin, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button. It really supports the channel. Thank you. While countries in North and South America tend to have strong historical and economic ties to gold, other parts of the world view gold a little differently. In some countries, gold is more than an investment. It can hold significant meaning at a deeper, more spiritual level. Diwali is the Hindu festival of lights, celebrated by millions of Indians every year. It is a 5-day festival celebrating the triumph of light over dark, family, and prosperity. And of course, gold is featured prominently. To truly understand the role gold plays during Diwali, we have to understand how deeply ingrained the metal is in Indian culture. For centuries, gold has symbolized wealth, purity, and auspiciousness. It's a physical representation of prosperity and good fortune. In Indian households, gold is passed down from generation to generation, not just as a form of wealth, but as a cultural legacy. It's gifted during weddings, childbirth, and festivals, key moments that signify new beginnings and familial bonds. Diwali is no different. Gold's significance during Diwali stems from more than just tradition, it's also rooted in religion. During the festival, Hindus worship Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity. Buying gold during this time is believed to invite her blessings, bringing good fortune for the year ahead. Dhanteras, the first day of Diwali, is particularly important for gold. On this day, it's considered promising for your future to purchase gold, silver, and other valuables. The belief is that any wealth acquired on Dhanteras will multiply in the coming year. As a result, gold sales surged dramatically in India during this time. Gold imports into India surged to over 123 metric tons in October 2023 alone, largely driven by Diwali demand. This was a 60% surge from a year earlier and represented a 31-month high. This spike wasn't an anomaly. It happens every year. In fact, India is one of the largest consumers of gold globally, with Diwali playing a significant role in that demand. While the country imports hundreds of tons of gold annually, a large portion of that consumption happens in the lead-up to this festival in the form of jewelry. The world watches closely as this demand surges, knowing that what happens in India can shift the dynamics of the global gold market. According to the World Gold Council, Indian gold demand typically peaks during the fourth quarter, coinciding with the festival season. Approximately half of the gold demand in the country is generated by weddings. As you might guess, one of the wedding seasons in India begins with the start of Diwali. In years of strong demand, gold prices have historically seen a slight uptick leading into October and November. This trend is particularly noticeable when other factors like economic stability and currency strength align to create an environment favorable for gold buying. Seasonality in the gold market isn't exclusive to Diwali, but it's one of the most significant contributors. Historically, gold prices tend to rise during the months of October and November, partly due to the influx of Indian demand. However, this trend isn't limited to India. In the Western world, gold sees increased buying activity as investors prepare for the end of the fiscal year and hedge against potential market volatility. Diwali is a unique force because it's fueled by cultural and religious significance rather than purely economic factors. This means, regardless of how the global economy is performing, the demand for gold during Diwali remains strong. It's a rare example of consumer behavior that transcends market conditions. Analysts and researchers have noted that gold demand for jewelry is relatively inelastic to price changes, which means that as gold prices rise, demand falls off slowly. While we are seeing record gold prices, the inelastic nature of gold makes it likely we will continue to see robust gold demand from India heading into Diwali. The seasonal impact on gold spot will vary depending on factors such as the strength of the Indian rupee, international gold reserves, interest rates, and global market conditions, to name a few. The effect of gold spot prices by major festivals have been studied by researchers for decades, with Diwali being one of the most researched events. The total impact has been difficult to measure due to the changes in geopolitics over time. For example, one researcher noted, a significant effect in September could also stem from changes in central banks' gold reserves. The Central Bank Gold Agreement defines the amount of gold that may be sold by central banks that are part of the agreement. The agreements previously ended in September. However, it is unlikely that central banks would concentrate trades in one month, in particular the one preceding the expiration of such an agreement. The Central Bank Gold Agreement was discontinued in 2019, as central banks had become net buyers of gold rather than net sellers. Although the dynamic geopolitical landscape makes it difficult to quantify the impact Diwali has, it's clearly there. Some researchers have dubbed it the Halloween effect, while others call it the Diwali effect. Since Diwali's exact date is determined by the Hindu lunisolar calendar rather than the Gregorian calendar, Diwali overlaps with Halloween roughly every 3 years. This year, Diwali will occur on November 1st. As Diwali approaches, we'll see this interplay of monetary pressures and cultural celebration unfold in the spot prices of gold. To our viewers out there, we ask, what do you think? With the US election on November 5th, Diwali on November 1st, interest rates declining, do we have enough tailwinds to see gold reach new all-time highs yet again? Or will gold prices stall and stutter in the face of high prices? Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. We would love to hear from you. That's all we have for you today. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.